Hey guys, Daniel here. So this is video number 4, checking in for the gaming startup. I got my camera facing sideways so we don't have to kind of be looking at any more sideways film or horizontal film. So I'm going to talk a little bit today. I don't even really know what I'm going to talk about. I just have to get a video done and kind of just, again, off the cuff. I'm going to address life a little bit here, I think, is kind of really, I know it's kind of a weird thing to talk about, but when we're doing like a lot of this startup stuff, so often I think we ignore like the realities of life and kind of like the realities of what it is that we have to go through in order to make stuff work. And so like this is what I'm finding right now, is that I'm having to sacrifice a lot of things in order to try and make my streaming work. I'm sacrificing sleep. If you can tell, like my first video, I have these really bad bags under my eyes. I've kind of been sacrificing like my health a little bit, which is something I'm going to not sacrifice. I'm going to try and fix that up a bit. I've been like not going out to work out to like be home and stream and work on my channel and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and get that back in line. But it is a sacrifice to like do this kind of thing. Everything has a cost, right? So in order for me to make good channel, to like spend time doing that, I have to take that time from somewhere else. Now, if you're not managing your time already, a lot of the times you can just basically take your time from wasted time into productive time, which is really cool. And that's kind of like your first step, is going from like wasting time, so like watching TV, just sitting around doing nothing, or like, even transactional time, like, between the time you get home to the time you make supper to the time you sit down and do something, sometimes you'll just like waste an hour like on nothing and you don't even know where it went. And so like accounting for that time is kind of your first step. I'm pretty good with my time at this point. Almost every minute of every day I'm doing something productive. So I'm no longer at the point where I'm wasting time. I'm at the point where all my time is productive. So I'm having to like exchange time. And so some of the tricks, I guess, for exchanging time is going to be, how do I make my time more valuable and how do I make my time more productive? So I have to decide which things in my life I can keep and which things I need to cut. And which, gives me the most bang for my buck. Because I just like don't have enough hours in the day to kind of do everything I want to do unless I increase my productivity. And that's kind of where I'm getting at right now. I just have to start to step things up a little bit in terms of like my productivity. Like I just don't have time to go for 2-hour walks every day and listen to audiobooks like I like to do. I'm going to have to find a way how to like get in a full exercise in 1 hour. Or maybe even 45 minutes if I can go really intense. I'm going to have to find a way to like make sure I'm eating clean all the time so I don't have to spend as much time exercising to try and lose the weight I want to lose. I'm going to have to like figure out when my peak hours for streaming are, and maybe not just like stream all day. I did that. I took yesterday off. My daughter wasn't really feeling well, so I decided to like stay home and kind of like experiment streaming all day. So I did that. I streamed for probably like 10 hours just to kind of, get an idea. And like, I didn't really get any traffic for like almost the entire day. And I don't think that'll always be the case. I think once I have, kind of more followers and stuff like that, that won't necessarily be the case. But like right near like the evening, I had just kind of everybody came in, and I kind of got things going. So in terms of like me streaming, it's probably better that I use that daytime for something else right now. And then I use the evening to stream, right? So I'm just kind of like having to like play around with times like that, and then question, what I'm willing to sacrifice. This for me is really, really important. Like getting this gaming startup going, getting this channel working. It means a lot to me. Like I have really good motivation. My wife is having our second baby in February. It's, almost October now. And, basically like I need to like make this work enough that I can stay home and watch the kids. Otherwise, I have to basically keep working while paying childcare for like 2 kids. and like my take home is only like $2,200 or something a month right now, and childcare would be close to like $1,600. So it would be just like an uphill battle, trying to fight with that. So if I could, replace even like half my income, streaming or like doing stuff online, then that would free me up to like be at home, watch the kids. I don't have those expenses. Plus I don't have someone else raising my kids, which is really important to me. That's the value to me. I don't want someone filling their head with garbage. I've been putting off a lot of stuff. Like, again, talking about sacrifice. My beard is just getting like really, really long. My hair is getting really long too. I've just been putting off like just everything I can put off to try and like make everything work. And I'm just like at a point right now where I need to like sit down, I think, write out my time even more, try and find where I can like shave off time and be as productive as possible. And this is the kind of stuff that most people probably won't show you in a video. Like, I don't know too many gamers that actually talk about like life struggles, and like the things that they have to go through. But like, that's kind of the idea of this channel, is that you guys gonna get the nitty gritty, you get the gross stuff. This isn't always gonna be pretty. Like last video I shot, I was just so psyched and I was just in like a really good headspace. And like this last week has just been like, it's been very tiring. Not that it's been bad. And I don't like to complain either. So I'm just saying that kind of matter of fact, surely, that it's just been, it's been a tougher week. Even in terms of my streaming, I got in good amounts of streaming. I got some artwork up, which I'm really excited about. My brother did a really good job with the artwork. His is Stakona. You can go check him out on DeviantArt, and I think he has YouTube as well. Amazing artwork. I have it up on my Twitch channel. I have a meeting set up with the bank to try and like maybe get kind of like a business account set up, so I can get that set up for hopefully getting donations or like affiliate marketing or anything like that like potentially, so I can start making revenue at some point, is kind of my goal. So like right now, no, I don't expect that I'm going to go onto my page and people are just going to give me money. Like, that's not really my expectation. I really want to just like kind of like build for right now, is kind of my goal. But I might as well have those systems in place, so when I do need it, it's there, right? I don't want, to all of a sudden explode overnight, and and like that's hopefully what happens. I'm not expecting it, but hopefully that happens, and then not be ready for it. So I think it's always good to be prepared, always good to be thinking like 2 or 3 steps ahead. So that's one of the other things I'm doing, kind of more on the businessy side, is to just make sure that I have like my finances in place. I probably mentioned this a few times. I have to like rewatch my videos to remember what I've talked about, but I've been like doing a lot of like financial planning, reading a lot of books, managing my budget and stuff like that. We were looking at getting a new house because our place is too small right now, but I'm like trying to like make those numbers work. So just like a lot of life going on right now. And, the thing is, like, I'm going to look at this in a couple of weeks probably, and I'll be in a different spot, which is cool, right? Like, even if I look a month back, I was sitting in, at work, right where I am right now, sitting in my car, which I am right now, and I didn't even have anything. Like, I didn't even have, like, a Twitch channel. I didn't even have my first follower, right? And now I'm at, like, 29 followers, I think, as of yesterday. My goal this week is to get to 40, so I have the weekend to try and add 11 people, so that's a pretty lofty goal. I'm hoping I can do it. But the point being is that, like, a month ago this was just an idea, right? And like now we're a month into it, and this is like an actual thing. Like, I've turned this idea into something, right? I have, almost 500 views on my channel. I have videos getting uploaded. I am learning how to stream. I'm getting better at it. I'm like getting artwork uploaded. I'm like getting an account going. So there's like something that was just a concept a few months ago is already becoming a thing, right? And that's really cool. And like now that I've documented it, I can go look back at it. And then, in a few months, I'm going to look back at this and be like, oh yeah, you know what? I remember that video I shot of me sitting in the car where I'm just like completely exhausted and just like blah, and like it'll just be like a memory, and I'll be, you'll be there faster than you know it. So I think you should be encouraged, guys. You know, even though it's tough right now, that's just how it is, right? When you're planting crops, it's not exciting, right? You put the seed in the ground and the seed's kind of exciting because you know there's potential there. But then, like, for the longest time, you're just sitting there and you're like watering it faithfully every day, and like you don't see anything, right? And like that's kind of it. Like right now, it's just a seed in the ground, and I'm just like watering it and I'm tending to it, and like, you know, there's even like a little sprout shooting up. And like I'm seeing some leafy foliage, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know, eventually this is going to be this really cool, awesome tree. But until that time, it's like, it's just perseverance, and it's just like being faithful to it, right? So I'm just like grinding it out. Every time I stream for a couple hours, I'm picking up 1 follower, 2 followers. So it's like not explosive growth or anything, but it's growth, right? And eventually it'll get to that point where it's a tree. And then like the tree will start to make fruit, right? And that fruit I can plant into other trees, and it'll just, you know, that's just how it works, right? Like that's just how everything in life works. People, we don't really understand this concept a whole lot about like reaping and sowing. We get it really good when we do with plants, right? It's like you plant corn, you get corn, right? You plant watermelon, you get watermelon. And for some reason, we don't think that applies to like other areas of our life, but it does, right? Like if I put in hard work and perseverance and quality, like those are the things that I'm going to eventually reap, right? If I keep working at my channel, I'm going to eventually get there, right? And it's going to be even sweeter because it's so hard fought, right? Like I'm putting up so much time, so much energy, and so much attention into my channel right now. So all of these things are really, you know, they're going to pay off eventually, right? And I have faith in that. And like, I'm going to come back to this in a year and be like, hey, look, it was crappy, it was tough, I pushed through, and because I pushed through, look at where we are now. So I'm just kind of making that declaration early on, and I think it'll be good. So I'm going to just like forward shoot my plans a little bit. I'm thinking about setting my goals more publicly. Right now, I kind of have these videos, but I don't really like broadcast it on Twitch. But I think I'm going to start doing that a little bit, just because I want my channel to kind of be different. I think a lot of people are scared to put their goals out there. They think people might think they're greedy or whatever. But I'm going to put it out there. I'm just going to say, you know what, this is how many followers I want. These are the kind of donations I'm hoping to get eventually. This is, you know what I mean? Like, just like set those out. So like right now, my goal for this week was to get 1 donation. I don't care for how much. Like, it could be $1. I'd be so excited. I would lose my mind. And then I was trying to get to 40 followers. So I still have the whole weekend to try and get that done. Those are my goals for this week. But I'm going to kind of put like successive goals and just like cross them out so people can kind of like see the growth as I go. A few other things that I have on my docket. I want to have like and I think I already mentioned this, but maybe not, so I'm just going to put it out there again. I want to have like a map on my Twitch that shows where like people have come from, and I want to try and fill it up with one person from every country in the world. So if like someone comes from the US, I'm going to just like fill up the US. Like that's just going to be a color. When someone comes from Mexico, I'm going to like fill up Mexico. If someone comes from Italy, I'm going to fill up Italy. And I'm going to try and just like work through and try and get like one person from like everywhere in the globe. I just think that's a really cool goal, and I think it's something like the community can get behind. That's not like, you know, a financial goal, but it's like, hey, I know this guy from Zimbabwe that likes watching streams. I'll get him in here. We can color that in. And I think that'll be kind of a fun little goal to work on. You know, I'd like to just have like that global reach. I just think that would be a really cool thing. So beyond that, I'm just going to try and work on those things for right now, see how they go, see how my growth goes, and still trying to work on these videos. I'm just like, again, I just grabbed my phone because this is what's working right now, is grabbing my phone and just taking, because it's quick, it's easy, and I know how to do it. So until I like get the rest of my life in order, I'm just going to keep pumping away. I'm going to at least try and get 1 a week. I really want to try and get 2 a week out. But at minimum, this is like my threshold. So I'm doing that, guys. Again, I'm running a little long. I think I might as well just call these 15-minute videos. I never hit 10. But that's part of learning and growing. I definitely appreciate you watching. I appreciate the support. Love the love, guys. You guys are awesome. You know who you are. You're watching this. You guys rock. So I just appreciate it so much. I feel great. I'm tired, but I feel awesome. And I will talk to you guys next week, so have a good one. Take care.